We're going to start learning how to do watercolor portraits by doing parts of the face. I'm using a watercolor marker and I am actually tracing on top of the plastic the shapes that I see of this nose. Do you see the shape lines? I'm not filling in the colors. I'm just drawing in the shapes of what I need to know on my paper in order to paint that nose. And you see how I just trace the shapes? And if you want to practice seeing the shapes like I am, use a watercolor marker on top of the plastic sleeve that you can wipe off when you're done. But see the shape? And it's the shapes of the dark. And a lot of times I draw the shapes of the white that I want to keep. Just the shapes, the general area, so I have the proportions right, the locations right. This is what I want to draw on my watercolor paper, is just a line drawing of the shape. Oh, make a correction. Keeping the white areas so I know where they are. And you see how simple of a drawing I want to do on my paper. Just enough so I know where the placement is of the lip, of the corner of the lips, of the light. And now what I want you to do is, after you feel comfortable with the shapes, make a little rectangle, or pick a nose, a couple noses, and I want you to draw it. I've done it. I do some dot placements by eyeballing the size, and then I just kind of connect the dots with the shape of the line. It does not have to be accurate. This is all practice. It's so we can learn how to do watercolor on this paper, but just enough to get the general idea of where this nose is. So when I paint it, I'll be able to know where the different colors go, the values. So spend some time drawing a few noses and mouths from our reference photo sheet. And let's watch a couple more that I draw here so you can see. And I'll finish up this one. And let's trace another one. You can see the one below. Very simple lines. It goes up, down, up, around. I'm not too worried about perfect because these are just exercises. They're to help me learn how to watercolor paint. And I just need to have the suggestion of a nose. We're going to do mini paintings to start off with. And you saw how I go down on the actual reference photo and follow the line, and then I go up and draw it on my paper. Just different ways of learning how to see what you're seeing. Corners of the mouths are really important. And if you need to measure, you can use sheets of paper or a ruler, but we don't need to do that right now. So I want you to draw a good 4 or 5 mouths and nose total. And when your sheet is full, like that one, just enough so you can paint that lip. Then I want you to take your drawing and tape it down on your backboard using masking tape. Leave about 1/4 inch so the water doesn't get underneath your watercolor paper, but you overlap the ends, you can see, and tuck them under. and then rub it down nice and secure, and you'll be ready for our lesson tomorrow of painting.